new Obadiah 2000 Wood Cookstove. Now, many of you guys have been following us with this project for quite a few years, and we are so excited to introduce this stove to the market. So this is 2017, which is our first year selling this stove to the English market. However, this is not a brand new product. We have been testing it throughout the Amish community for the last 4 years. So we're very confident in the design of the stove, the quality of the product, and we are so excited to bring it to you. So I wanted to go ahead and do a comparison. Many of you guys are familiar with the Kitchen Queen stove, which is a product that we used to sell. Actually, right here next to it is the Kitchen Queen 480. So as you can see, they kind of have some similar features, especially in the looks of the stove. So let's go over some of the design changes. All right, number one, the biggest design change. I'm not sure how many of you are aware, but the Kitchen Queen stove has the oven cleanout located on the rear of the stove. Many people are installing this stove in a reduced clearance application as close as 2 inches away from the wall with the proper heat shield and necessary wall protection. It definitely takes more than 2 inches to get behind your stove and clean out your oven. Actually, it takes about 24 inches. So, your oven does need to be cleaned approximately every 1 to 3 months, depending on how much baking you do. The stove is about 850 pounds. Major hassle to pull it out from the wall every time you need to do cleaning. So, here we go, oven clean out. Located right here, there are some screws. I've already taken them off here, but it does close up. As you can see, very easy to access, and you just get in here with the shop vac. Super, super easy to clean. I would say that's the number one biggest design change that we're most excited about. All right, number 2, glass doors. We've had many issues with the glass doors on the Kitchen Queen stoves burning clean. These doors shown on this model are actually our glass doors, which we stopped making many moons ago. We never had problems with these doors. However, the doors designed and sold by Kitchen Queen stoves have had many problems with the glass staying clean. Now, it is typical any time that you are dampering down the stove for an overnight burn, when you wake up in the morning, your glass is going to be dirty. That's because you were burning the stove on low. However, you should be able to throw some wood in the firebox, get a good hot fire going, and the glass should essentially burn off and be clean. This is what we call air wash design. Kitchen Queen does not have that. You want clean glass doors in the morning? You better get your razor blade and start scraping them clean. All right, so how did we do this? How did we make these doors burn clean? Number 1, you'll notice here, air controls are located on the glass door on the Kitchen Queen stove. On the Obadiah 2000, they are located directly below. So we have 2 here, as you can see. And by bringing in the combustion air from underneath the firebox, this is what is allowing us for our glass door to burn clean. In addition to that, the combustion air coming in from underneath the firebox, which the Kitchen Queen used to have. I believe that they discontinued what was called the supercharger back in 2015. That was bringing in combustion air from underneath the firebox. I believe Kitchen Queen discontinued that option due to creosote buildup. Many of our customers were quite disappointed when that supercharger was no longer available. Why? Because combustion air coming in from underneath the firebox makes it so much easier to light your fire. Even when burning wood, it's required for coal. Now, the 2000 is a wood-only stove. It is not rated for coal, just like the Kitchen Queen. The Kitchen Queen is wood-only also. Inside the firebox, okay, let's talk about this glass door. Gasketed, very tight, seals tight, burns clean. We're very excited. Also, major selling point, the glass doors on the Obadiah 2000 are about half the cost of the glass doors on the Kitchen Queen, and they work better. Woo! Stoked about that. All right, in addition, we've increased the overall size of the firebox on the 2000 versus the Kitchen Queen 480. So through burning pine, we get about 16-hour burn times. If you were burning a hardwood, you could probably get a little bit longer burn time. So how do we achieve this? We have added secondary combustion air to our new Obadiah 2000. So that's what these airflows are up here. Secondary combustion, and this also helps with the air wash to bring the air back down and across the glass. So we're very excited for that. In addition, let's talk a little bit about the oven. Very nice large oven. This one does come with 2 oven racks. The Kitchen Queen did as well. Porcelain lined with a pull-out drip pan here. Easily removable. Makes it nice for cleaning up any drips or spills. As you can see, we have a large turkey pan in here. There is still room up here for a cookie sheet and also still some room down here as well. So you can very easily make a Thanksgiving or any kind of holiday meal for a large family here. We're pretty excited about the oven. Overall, just very excited about the stove in general. Another upgraded feature is that the Model 2000 is now coming standard with the thermostatic draft control option. So that was a $190 upcharge on the Kitchen Queen stove. Now comes included on the 2000 model. Another major selling point is all of our new Wood Cookstoves produced by Heco do qualify for free shipping and no sales tax. So you'll definitely save some money there. These are pretty hefty stoves. The ship weight's about 900 pounds. So pretty good that we can offer that for you. Okay, upgraded feature, the thermostatic draft control. I want to clarify that because I get a lot of questions. Many people seem to be a little confused thinking that that somehow controls the oven. So all of the stoves come with a thermostat, which is your oven temperature, a thermometer. That is different than the thermostat control on the back of the stove. So let's talk about how that works. The thermostat control on the rear of the stove is essentially a cast iron damper plate attached to a chain. You would set it to a specific temperature. So let's say you want the house at 70 degrees. You set the chain. Anytime that the house drops below 70 degrees, that will automatically open the damper on the chain to increase the airflow to the firebox, thus producing more heat. Once you hit temperature, that draft control automatically closes to shut the stove back down. This is especially handy for people who work all day and can't be here to tend your stove. Now, when it comes down to baking, you're always going to get the best temperature control by manually adjusting your dampers, especially when you're doing breads and things like that that are very temperature sensitive. So definitely keep that in mind. Plus, if you're baking, you should be around your stove, so you can very easily adjust the controls yourself. Oven damper control here, located on the side. I also want to point this out. Many people think that they're going to get more heat out of their stove by opening up the oven damper control and leaving the oven door wide open. And why they think this, I'm not really sure. That's not the case. Don't do that. You only activate your oven when you're baking. Why? Otherwise, you are sending the smoke around the oven and you are getting more creosote buildup than what you need to. This stove gets hot, easily 100,000 BTUs, depending on your climate and insulation. That could potentially heat up to 3,500 square feet. So no need to leave your oven door open. You don't even need to do that. So this is the new Obadiah 2000 stove. This year it is only available in black. We are kind of throwing around the idea of some other color options, so we'll see where that goes in the future. And that's it. This is Sarah with Obadiah's, and thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day.